Right, let's welcome everyone back to episode 12 of the Battle Bar, going hard and strong.
Yeah.
Much respect to the boys
What is
here
up?
putting in the hard work.
Yeah, likewise, sir. Appreciate all you guys being here. I feel like it's a weekly catch up with the boys now. So
Yeah,
when this
100%.
doesn't happen, I feel like I've lost a bit of a hang with the boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And we'll be missing Osborne for the next 2 weeks. We'll probably be getting an interview with us with Mike Pipes, so look forward to that.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Big shout outs to everyone that's announced cards in the last week or so. We've got 2 days for Breaking Bread that both me and Harlan will be representing on that. So look forward to
on
that.
the
We've got a 30
Ascension Day
card and we've got a Real Talk tournament card. So,
crazy
shit ain't slowing down for battle rap, which is fucking great to see.
Yeah, it's fucking
on
awesome.
the national team.
Yeah, it's just getting bigger, man.
100%. All right, today we've got Marty Martz versus Vanik, Riley P versus Raaz, and Shakey VS Brink.
Yeah.
How do you all think the judging went on this week?
With this one, it was easier than other weeks. I'll say that for sure. Gotta love doing a 30 Gs episode where we lean into the 30 Gs battles. They're always good fun to watch, man. Always a fun time. No matter what battle. Just the energy of the crowd. It's always a fun time. What was the other? I've just lost my train of thought of what I was going to say. But how are you guys feeling?
Yeah, no, man, it was good. For me, obviously, I love anything 30 Gs and everything 30 Gs. So, just watching back stuff that we've put out and being proud of a product and stuff like that for me. So, it's something that I'm.
Intro you did too, by the way, babes, to the videos.
Yeah.
That intro is dope.
Not a lot of people have mentioned that, man. So thank you very much. I did. I worked really hard on it.
Yeah, it's gangster.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not the end version. It was just one. It was basically where I've gotten up to. We're definitely moving forward to having a more polished product and a polished intro, with a polished intro music and intro video. Yeah, bro.
Is that a good point to transition into mentioning this competition you guys got going on?
Yeah, man.
The great old segue.
Yeah, man. We've actually got for everybody who doesn't know, we've got a intro music competition. Blue being Blue has just been amazing and put it in the first entry. Absolutely killing it. Dude, I can't speak highly enough of my love for your music. So, it was absolutely killer. And anybody else who wants to enter, bring your A game, because Blue definitely did. So,
100%.
So I'm guessing all the details for that is on the 30G page and stuff.
Yeah. So, basically all the entries we're asking, either putting it into a Google Drive so we don't lose any of the quality, and sending it through to our Facebook, mine or Shakey's, or the page, or other people, if they want to, they can send it through to 30G OHZEE at gmail.com. Oh, sorry, ZEES at gmail.com.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Mud things.
But yeah, man, we're doing it, and yeah, man, we're looking forward to what people are bringing, and yeah, so hopefully we can get some more entries, and yeah, man, it's good exposure for MCs who want to get their music out there as well. So anybody thinking about blow yourself up, man.
If you think you got better bars than Blue, then yeah, have a crack.
And prove it.
Balance set.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Yeah. All right, how about we break straight into the first battle?
Quick shout out to Invested Designs and 420 Superstore, of course. And
100%.
a little personal shout out to Amber Region, my solo sponsor. Always.
Even Harlem's rocking the 420 today like a G, so
Yeah.
Shout out
They're
to
so
Gav.
comfortable, man. These shirts, you could wear them to sleep. You can wear them in the shower.
Yeah,
I don't know why you do it, but they're that comfy, bro.
Fuck.
They feel like they'll last forever. So yeah, they're good shirts.
Yeah, that's fucking
Good
awesome.
quality. All right, let's
Right,
crack into this thing, man.
I was thinking we'd start with the 30G battle, Shakey versus Brink.
Yeah,
Because
sweet.
I think it's pretty entertaining battle to start off with.
Quite an
Let's do it.
entertaining battle. Any opening notes for anyone, or let's just crack into scores?
I do have Oz's comments as well, so I'm happy
let's
to
start with
read.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
we'll
to
start with
read
that one, I think. Yeah.
Oz's comments. On
Obviously, we've got
all the
a-
battles.
Yeah, that sounds sweet to
Start
me, man.
Oz,
I
go
appreciate that. Shout out to Oz. Everyone put a "We love Oz" in the comments if you're with us in the live stream.
Yeah.
100%, Mr. Peroni. All right. So moving from, he has given the battle itself 5-0 to Brink. His note on the battle was Shakey was funny and it's the best performance he's seen from Shakey. But for him, Brink edged every category, or took it convincingly. So that's why he gave it 5-0 to Brink.
Yeah.
Well
yeah.
said.
Well said.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll go to me next and move around that way.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, Shakey is shaky and does shaky things. He's good at what he does. He's entertaining as hell. If he comes prepared, I would think it could be something to be dealt with. But Brink came prepared. He had some really good quotables in that battle. Yeah, so I had to give it 4-1 to Brink. But yeah, Shakey's delivery and the shakiness, I had to give to him on that point because I do find it quite entertaining.
Yeah, for sure.
Fully. Yeah. You guys have already said a lot of points that I've got. What have I got written here? I love Brink's punchlines, and he had a really good delivery, man. So that's why I couldn't really give him that point. The one point I gave to Shakey was a crowd reaction and interaction point. Hard not to give him that point, as I see Bates has got the same score as me on a 4-1. And not to say that Brink wasn't loved by the crowd either. The crowd was eating him up, but I think there were just a couple of lines that Shakey did, especially the line where he's saying like how he's got the crowd on his side right now, and it's you versus me versus the crowd. That sort of stuff kind of edged that point for me to him. So apart from that, I'll just run through my little notes here. Loved Brink's punchlines and delivery. I'm a big fan of how he delivers his stuff. I think that's a good example for anyone wondering why some of their bars might not hit sometimes. You got to look to these sort of people who are letting their bars really hit and deliver them well.
Yeah.
I am not a fan, and this is just my personal opinion, not a fan of the racist stuff whatsoever. So that, for me, Shakey was doing so well. That was definitely the best Shakey performance I've seen in a battle. And then when he resorted to that, and that's that's your own personal opinion. I won't even mention it here. Personally, I just want to say, like, I didn't think he needed to fall back on the racism stuff. And I know for some people that's funny or whatever. It wasn't working for me, and there was so much other stuff around it that he was doing really well. I could tell he had some rehearsed stuff there. I think he is doing a cleaner version of freestyle battle than Sweats is right now, which is a really high compliment if you think of it. I think personally, if he can come with this mesh of some pre-written, prepared, kind of know what arc he wants to go on, and then still leave his room for his freestyle funness, because he had some really good flips in there too. So shout out to Shakey on that performance there. But once he started doing the racist stuff, for me, I almost tune out. Like, I don't like it, and I'm not gonna sit there and pretend I enjoy it or anything. So that was a bit sad. I think that's everything I got.
That's fair.
Yeah, very fair.
So I gave it 4-1 as well. Me and Harlem, we had the same score. Harlem, you did mention that it was you, me versus the crowd. Like, that's why I gave the interaction to, because I think the only time Brink really mentioned it was basically saying it was going to be the crowd against him.
Yes, agreed.
So yeah, 100% that's why. But both got pretty good reactions. Both had a run it back moment.
That was cool to see.
You know, so but yeah, man, this was the best Shakey I've ever seen. And this is basically, I think, a turning point for him. It shows that, you know, he's starting to take it seriously, because I know he had the excuse of, you know, I had his phone and the phone was run off the live and stuff like that. But leading up to the battle, you know, he was so locked in. So it was really good to see. And it just shows that, like, the first round of both were extremely close. It was an extremely close battle. If it was a 1-round battle, obviously the second round was more in Brink's favor. But at the same time, like you were saying, man, his freestyles, you know, freestyles aren't my thing. I'm not a fan of freestyle battles, you know, so it is what it is. But, you know, what he does well is crowd control. And, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a short burst or if it's through a whole round. That's something that you can't take away from him. So, but Brink's an up and comer who is showing that why he's being taken seriously now. So
yeah, 100%.
Can I just say one thing before we move on? With Brink in that one bar that shut the room down, that's why I didn't give him that point. Okay, like, I seen both you boys gave him that point for the crowd reactions. That was the biggest reaction of the night, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to give it to him. That line shut the room down, and it's been quoted many times since.
Yeah.
So the Shakey
that's
Foundation, is that what we're talking about?
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, D. But in the moment and what, like, being in the room, although that did shut the room down, and it probably took away from Shakey's momentum. Because home crowd advantage as well. He didn't, like, Shakey was more of the interaction than the reaction, where it was vice versa for Brink.
I do feel you there.
That's the only reason why I gave it that point.
Yeah, and I almost gave it a Shakey until that moment. It's powerful.
Yeah.
And the crowd loves it. That's why I had to go with Brink on that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing little bits of the chat here, but not in full pieces. What's going on in the chat, guys?
30G said, Mr. 30G said, lazy bars. So I'm assuming he's talking about No, Vanik's here.
He's talking about
welcome, Vanik. First time chat. Nice to see you in the live. Welcome, man. Feel free to throw any sort of opinions in there.
And good to see you headlining day one of Breaking Bread, bro. Well done.
Yeah.
Very keen to see Vanik's battle with Jamie. We're going to be talking about all the battles next week. We mentioned it just at the start of the episode. If you didn't hear it, next week is predictions episode, so tune into that-ish.
Yeah.
But back to Blues. Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's all right. So 4-1 for Brink. I did schemes concepts for Shakey. Honestly, don't know what I was thinking when I did that. Because I think I would have gave him the delivery, not the schemes and concepts. So I'm not sure what that was about. But in my notes, I wrote Shakey's first round is good, but then Brink comes in hard and just takes control of the whole fight. Shakey loses the plot in the second round, and I think it's badass when Brink pulls out the cash when Shakey keeps bringing up the tick. I remember on the night too, it felt like Shakey ran out of material as soon as he paid his tick, because Shakey kept going back to like, you got to pay me tick, and he's like, oh, you just paid me tick, fuck. I kept stumping him. So yeah, I thought that was fucking gangster. He's like, yo, here it is then. He's like, shut the fuck up. It was great.
Fully. It was definitely something that was harped on a little bit too much on Shakey's end, I think, which was a little bit of a down point for him. But apart from that, really good performance on both ends. It was a fun watch.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm pretty excited to see what Brink does next. obviously we got some news earlier, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Brink is a decent battle with some decent setup to his punches and stuff. It'd be good to see, and Shakey obviously against Keno.
Yeah,
but
I'd like to see him work his way up some ladders. Let's hear in the chat who you guys would like to see Brink battle.
Yeah. If you could give us some names, that'd be sick.
Yes.
So just from the chat, basically Soaps is saying that he's going to take Shakey under his wing and teach him how to battle. They also said that the racism stuff you were mentioning, the racism stuff that you were mentioning, fair call. It's not everybody's cup of tea.
Respect.
And Lone Soldier's here, so he said good battle, good breakdown. Dusky,
hey, what up, Lone Soldier?
Dusky said he loves Bubba's weekly notes.
Yo.
Hey, I got my notes too. Look at this shit. Hey.
Yeah, let's go.
I got pages, bro.
We're almost professional. We're ready.
I just gotta eventually get a better camera.
And the last thing was Shakey said he actually ran out of material before the end of round 1. So
I knew it must have been somewhere in end of round 1 / start of round 2. But thank you for giving me the recap on all that, because sometimes I can see it the way Blue has it on the screen. But I appreciate knowing what's going on live.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome.
No, overall, dope battle. It'll be good to see what they all do in the future. And
Shakey's on the Real Talk thing. We're going to be talking about him in the predictions next week as well. So tune in.
So he's actually got Shakey's got 2 battles. He's battling on the 30 Gs card against Sammy C.
That's right.
And he's also that's first, and then he's battling Keno in Brisbane within 2 weeks of each other.
Am I right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Pardon, bro?
It's not. It's 2 weeks later. Am I right?
Yeah. Within 2 weeks of each other.
Shakey.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Wow. Yeah, shout out Shakey.
And Brink's battling Sturdy at
Breaking Bread. Elevation.
Awesome. But that'll be a gangster battle. I rate Sturdy highly. I think that'll be really entertaining. That battle.
I'm very keen to see that one as well.
Let's hope Lone Soldier takes him out though, because Sturdy, I do rate him as a battler, but he's a shit cunt as a human. No, I'm joking. But let's hope Lone Soldier does really well in that battle, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lone Soldier said he's actually on both cards too.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Money in the bank.
So he's got 2 in 2 weeks as well.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, shout out to both of you guys. Crazy. Lone Soldier's put in that work time and time again, though, so that's not as shocking.
If you've got a photographic memory, it doesn't matter, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not to
look,
diminish the efforts they're putting in. Much respect. I just want to quickly say, make sure you're getting your tickets to these battles, guys. Don't wait till the last minute. Jump in, get them now. Get one for your friend, really get in and support the scene. You know what's way cooler than being a hater? A supporter. Being a supporter. So
100%. And I'm pretty sure with Breaking Bread, the double day event is very, very limited. So yeah, definitely jump on that.
I know the first one, Elevation, is 100 capacity again. I can't remember the venue, but that's over, I think it hit 50%. Union Heights, thanks, bro. I think it hit 50% on sales. So
if you want to see
that first one,
you better get in sooner rather than later.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
I've got people coming from Brisbane. I've got people coming from the sunny coast. I've been getting messages all week of people saying they're coming down for this weekend. So
get in there.
Don't think just because you're in Melbourne that you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, 100%.
And we'll be doing our predictions for that next week. So we're trying to keep it a little bit, on the.
Yeah.
And
also,
so
what's number 2 today?
Yeah. I just want to add to that 30 Gs tickets for Lucky 7 on Eventbrite. $10 tickets, cheapest in the game, just to pay for the venue for the night. We ain't making money out here. We're just putting on.
Exactly.
That's love, baby. That's love.
Yeah.
How about we break it up with the Breaking Bread battle? Raaz versus Riley P.
Yeah.
Sweet as.
Um,
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I was quite impressed by Raaz in this, to be quite honest. I wanted to
think
do
it's
this battle pretty bad to judge it.
So-
Riley
Yep.
P obviously has a lot of fans on all sorts of social medias because of
Yeah.
what he does up there in Northern Territory, and he's got much respect. So my daughter actually was a big Riley P fan back in the day, show my age.
Yeah.
But you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, so I seen him when he was a lot younger, and I've always had a lot of high hopes for him.
Yeah.
But Raaz
Yep.
came out swinging, so
Yeah, so this is our second battle for the app, and it's the second 5-0. So some clean sweeps coming through.
yeah.
Shall we start with the Oz notes again?
Yeah, man. So he gave it to Raz 3-2. He gave rhymes and multis to Raz. He gave presents to Raz, and he gave crowd to Raz. But he gave jokes and concepts to Riley P. His notes say really like Riley P, especially those supermarket bars. He felt he
Yeah.
repeated
Yeah,
things a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like bringing up Scrub.
Yeah.
Also, Raz was very energetic and fun, really fun to watch. And he loved the Luna Sea reference where he acted like he was choking. And
That's incredible.
Yeah.
and he loved the RuneScape reference.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Just
yeah.
on that choke, it was so well done. I've done a choke sort of thing similar, but I think Raz pulled that off way better than I did, and was the time I did it. So
Yeah,
he
you got to
killed that
trust
shit.
the process because
I
haven't.
initially thought he was choking. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you in the moment would be shitting yourself as the
100%.
rapper. You would just be
Yeah,
like,
it's a
okay,
very
just
risky move.
trust. It's gonna be okay, and then you hit it.
Mhm.
But no, shout out on that one. That was gonna be my bar of the week. So yeah,
that's
that was.
pretty
So
good.
Bates,
Yeah, bro.
do you want to go first after Oz then, and we'll go around that way?
Yeah, that's cool, man. I
I-
gave it 4-1 to Raz. I gave schemes and concepts to Riley. I just think he had the schemes and concepts there. He just the execution of them wasn't perfect. But like you said, man, Raz came out swinging. Raz is an old head from Amped Up, so I've seen him a few times. But he's on a different level these days than he was obviously in
Well, you just
Amped
told me
Up.
something. I didn't know that he was on Amped Up, so yeah.
Yeah, him and Vanik are actually quite close, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
All from the Latrobe Valley, I believe. So,
Yep.
but yeah, man. I gave it to Raz 4-1. It was one of those battles that I think it wasn't quite worthy of a golden star, but Raz would have been worthy of a golden star himself.
I think it's
Yeah,
going to
go
be
the
very
same.
memorable for Raz's part.
That's
Yes.
a strong
Correct.
call.
Yeah. Yeah. So me next. Yeah.
No disrespect to Riley P in that too. You held
No,
your own
100%, not at all.
Yeah. No. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
But Raz was on a different level, and he was a bit crude and rude, and it was a good, entertaining, battle from him.
All
and both,
rounds.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, look, Oz and Bades have both said a lot of the same stuff. Like, yeah, I gave Riley the schemes and the concepts, but he was so chill, laid back, and like just kind of spitting bars, and he has heaps of bars. But Raz was like everywhere, doing everything. Everything was great, all levels of it.
Yeah.
It was very, very good. I like the woolly bars. I like all that. So Riley P had some great stuff, but I liked Raz's shirt thing too. I thought the shirt thing was funny.
Two guys, one
The
beer.
two guys, one beer
Hilarious.
thing. Yeah, I thought that was funny as fuck
I
as
was there to witness that in the flesh.
well. Yeah.
yeah.
Me too.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, but that's about it. That's all I really got.
And
Okay,
you and I
well,
scored at the
basically-
same, bro.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I had given it 5-0 to Raz, but I was impressed by, moments of Riley P. I did like the Woolies line. My name's ringing bells and your name's ringing clean up and all three at
Yeah.
Woolies. Like, I thought that was obviously delivered differently, but that was a really effective line.
Yeah.
Riley P, I do enjoy a nonchalant battle rapper. But I think Raaz just had way too much of everything else. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He had way too much energy, way too much charisma. You know what I mean? Like, I do get it. Riley P probably works a lot off charisma, but there was something about Raaz that day. He just delivered in all 5 categories. I think he had Riley P.
Yeah.
All respect to Riley P and keep doing what you're doing. You just came against a beast that day, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I don't mind his nonchalant style, and I think, as say like Jay Legend, it does work, and Frankie J, it does work. And it's very hard against someone that came that hard, that crude and rude, with that many cheap laughs. No offense to Raaz, but there were a lot of cheap laughs in there.
Yeah.
And it fucking worked. You know what I mean? And
yeah, very well.
has to be a 5-0 to Raaz, and I've got a lot of respect for that round, but I hope he, in this next battle, really amps it up and shows me something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I've got a lot of similar notes to you, man. I'll bounce straight off that. I had a 5-0 as well, which I've said in previous weeks is actually really hard for me to give. I think it was like one of you guys said earlier for the first battle, he just edged some of those points though. It was quite close. I did really like the worst bars. I better refer to my notes so I don't say shit twice. So I do really love Riley. I've known Riley for a while now. I got to have a great chat with him that day too. He's a mad dog. What he does for his community, incredible. Shout out to TAL. His delivery.
And you doing something similar?
Oh yeah,
New job.
Yeah, no, big love. Yeah, his delivery for me, I get how you compared him to Jay Legend and stuff. Like you said, going against Raaz, it just didn't work. Kind of cancelled him out to the point where Riley had to do something. He had to see that and change up tactic or something like that, and it just didn't happen. Especially as someone in the audience that night. It's so a lot of people in that crowd. So if you're given some sort of calm, quiet delivery, like Tay Tantra is another good example, you can have some really good bars that are definitely going to get missed, that aren't going to hit the whole room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
was that Riley P's first battle ever? You know him a little bit better.
No, he did a duo battle with Chaotic. That's what the shirt's referencing. The two guys, one beer. Him and Chaotic shared a beer in Hobart.
Okay, so this is what we need to know. This little info behind bars. I didn't know that. So yeah.
So to break down the bar for anyone who doesn't know, for the two guys, one beer in the Hobart Resurrection thing with Dundee versus Greeley, there was a 2-on-2 battle against these young Tassie dudes. I forget their names, so you'll have to go look it up. I think one of them's TEL or something like that. Against Riley P and Chaotic. Chaotic's been around for a long time. He was brought up in our top 10s episode way back and stuff like that. And apparently they shared a beer that night. Mid-battle, I think Riley was taking sips out of Chaotic's beer because he was thirsty and stuff. Which is a pretty funny. I love the idea of taking a silly little concept and making something ridiculous out of it. That's like, you know, like having a sip of someone's drink isn't the gayest thing in the world. But like Raaz turned it into like, it's like, oh, you fucking shared a beer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, out of all respect to before the battle, I didn't understand that quite as much as I could have. So that's a great breakdown, bro.
No worries. The amount of people who, even Greeley came up to me the next day and was like, I didn't understand the two guys, one bit. I was like, you were there, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because it's that subtle of a thing that happened, and he's hyper exaggerated it and made it something bigger, which is great. I love the angle.
I love that stuff. It reminds me of Lunacy, like we were talking about. He's obviously inspired by Lunacy, as am I, by a lot. So that's why, again, like D, I had to give him the 5-0 just by smidgens for some, but it's really what I love to see, that mixture of big energy, really silly jokes, that just for some reason, like, I love when a really dumb joke can cancel out some really triple entendre. Like, I love the idea that one battle rapper has spent 7 weeks trying to perfect this one line, and they studied real hard and lost sleep. And then this other person wrote a fart joke and cancelled it out. Like, it's so funny.
It's sort of the god of that is 360, bro, and everyone loves it. You know what I mean? It is a great effective way, but it's so hard to pull off.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just quickly make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, Raaz came out like he had something to prove. And he definitely did have something to prove. A long time in hiatus. He started last year coming back on feature tracks and dropping some music here and there, which was dope to see. He's definitely now got that fire in his belly. He's lucky enough to be given another opportunity on this next card. But he knew he had to work for that. So I think it was really cool to see that in him. I think Riley probably should have came at it with a similar energy. Like, even though he has done all this really cool stuff, he still had something to prove, as we all do when we battle. You know what? Like, the amount of times D and I...
That is not your natural energy. Like, I've seen a few of Riley P's songs. He's very chill on his energy on the songs too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the most aggressive guy in the world, but I guess you could say my delivery was still pretty loud and strong in that night. Exactly. Like, loud enough for the back of the room to hear me. So you just got to find your levels. And I'm not saying it's easy done, but I'm just saying you got to know what to expect and what you need to bring in any given battle. Like I was about to say, D said so many times, like, you're just one battle away from, like, if your last battle shit, like,
exactly,
it don't matter about the 10 battles before.
But you just made a great point, brother, and I'd like to touch on it for Riley P if he ever does listen. Harlem is a great example. You know, if you want that nonchalant, non-aggressive style that works really hard, you and Eric Devine pull that off really well, bro.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, for someone like Riley P, if they did, you're right, bring a bit more delivery like you had, not be so nonchalant. Yeah, 100%. But do you ever remember Ted from back in the day? He had a very nonchalant style too, and he did go overseas too. It does work for some people, so I don't want to.
For some, and again, I like I said, I couldn't really find the comparison to Jay Legend, like you were saying, because I like Jay Legend's delivery, and that worked in his last battle, but this one didn't work for Riley. So I'm not saying it can't be done. Riley could probably get away with it in other battles, but for this one, unfortunate. But while I'm saying all this stuff, I don't want to diminish, like, getting a 5-0. Like, I love Riley. I don't want this to take away from his skills and what he's bringing, or diminish. Like, I still want him to be hungry for the next one, you know. I really love those woolly bars. I love how he did predict quite a lot that Raaz was going to come at him with. I just don't think he shaped that in the most strongest lines he could have done, so that was a shame. But my notes done.
I just want to add while you're talking, and I think D, you said it with Ted. I think the difference between Ted and Riley is Ted was extremely funny. So even though he was nonchalant and very laid back in his delivery, he was extremely funny, to the point he would almost laugh at his own joke before delivering it. And
gotta love when you laugh at yourself.
But he could take a lot from, say, rappers like these.
100%.
And Jay Legend is quite funny
Ted
too. Now that I think about it,
at what he did, and the way he delivered shit was just so unique. I rate Ted highly. He just hasn't had enough battles to be in my top 10, but he's in my top 20. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed, bro.
You guys have seen stand-up comedians before where their gimmick is that they're awkward. Like Aaron Chen, I think his name is,
and
the Asian comedian.
Legend, and maybe anything.
There is a space for it, I believe. But I reckon if you're going to be that guy, be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Lean into it and make that part of the thing. And anyway, something to think about.
100%.
So just from the chat, Vanik said, "Big ups, Raaz, homie, killed it."
Nice.
Soapsud said that he was telling everyone that Raaz was going to be that good, but no one listened.
We're all listening, Soap. It's all right, mate.
Shakey just rebutted it and said no one listens to ADL.
We got told to watch
up the crumbs.
You can watch
up the crumbs.
Listen.
Then also, I just want to say that Lone Soldier, I'm going to read it word for word. Lone Soldier said, Harlem is the most well-spoken, articulate, thorough person that he's ever seen do a battle breakdown and a review.
Ah, that's actually really
Yeah,
nice.
that's pretty
Thank you,
sick,
bro.
Yeah.
No, that's nice. I feel like
I find some flowers now, Mr. Valgalla. Or Lone Soldier.
Yeah.
Cheers, Valgalla. I will say there's been a couple of weeks recently where I feel like I may not have brought the best breakdown that I could have. Some of the feedback, I'm always trying to listen to it and just make sure, okay, I'm bringing something fresh. At least one of these notes, hopefully, is something that you guys haven't said. And so hopefully I'm just getting better and better each time. So thanks for the feedback.
And I'll say something after, chilling with you and shit, bro. You are the utmost professional when it comes to this shit. I know a lot of people out there go, there's no professionals in this battle rap game. There is, bro. There is, and I've seen them. And the ones that succeed are professional about the way they attack and approach the situation. So,
exactly.
And you are one, bro. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's so professional. I gotta take a shit. No, I was just joking. No, thank you very much, bro. I appreciate that.
I love that.
Sorry. Also, Soap said that Scrub and Raaz bring the best out in each other.
True.
And I think Harlem might. Sorry. Shakey said, I think Harlem might actually be the most aggressive battler I've ever seen.
Yeah, makes sense. The big D's were scared.
Yeah, 100%,
we
bro.
watched Disaster earlier. It's not far from it, bro. Like, Disaster wasn't as aggressive as we remember. If he was, he said nothing. Don't watch World Dom Disaster versus Sharon. Sharon murders him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard things. I saw Sharon bragging on Facebook and stuff.
He goes for an hour and a half, so don't bother. Sharon murders him.
Hour and a half
bother
rap
at
battle,
all.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You could... It's hard to take an hour and a half of anything. It has to be really good. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It has to be next level, and it isn't. Okay, Sharon does extremely well, but Disaster isn't. So
shout out Sharon, man. He's one of my favorite American battle rappers. I really love that guy.
But all respect to Disaster, because he is taking on Zayn Azroy in 2 weeks, and then Dunners in another 2 weeks. So, man, the cunt's work ethic is better than Lone Soldier's, and that's hard.
That's nearly impossible. Some would say. So
watch out. Lone Soldier just caught a stray, bro.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's a challenge for you, brother. Got to
Hey,
find
Blue.
enough battle leagues.
Hey, Blue, just a question.
Yeah.
You going to waste your time on that one? Because I'm not.
No, I watched it with the boys.
Oh, you traitor.
I was on the train,
Blue
what am I
was
listening to right now? The Tay-Rock one was dope. The Tay-Rock and Shotty Horror, that was dope.
Jotty Horror versus Tay-Rock was incredibly dope, and it saved the whole thing.
Yeah, every line was a bar.
I'd prefer to go and watch Benji and Sweats again.
I just want to say Lone Soldier.
Yes, I'll agree. I'll agree with that one.
100%.
Lone Soldier just rebutted and said
Tay-Rock was next level. Watch that.
Yeah.
All right.
Lone Soldier just rebutted and said that sounds like the Disasters on his hit list.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Call him out. I respect
Hey, bro.
it.
Disaster's always been on anyone's hit list that has any respect for battle rap. He's one of the greatest, even though he had a bad performance today.
Just quickly before we move on, can I get some opinions in the chat? What battles do you guys want us to line up on our next episodes as soon as possible? Give us some suggestions. I just want to make sure we're getting your guys' opinion as much as possible. We're obviously doing a prediction episode next week, but it's always good for us to kind of pre-organize a few episodes in a row, so we can pre-watch them and get our heads around them.
So in the chat, all the comments, put it down. Let's hear.
Yeah.
Also,
if you're not watching it live, obviously.
Yeah.
Also, we've got Instagram, we've got Facebook. Hit us up. Throw a message out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fully. I think we've also
subscribe
got
to our
as well.
YouTube. How close are we to 100 YouTube?
I think we're at 50 something, so we're getting there. We're getting very close.
We've passed the halfway, baby. We should do a cursor battle because it's halfway. We'll give them one of the two battles.
Yeah, no, we've already done a 360 battle.
Yeah,
so
we might need to give them a cursor.
We'll do a cursor and someone else. It will feed them a little bit, in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to this Marty Martz versus Vanik battle.
Yeah, let's do it.
I know.
Nice. Vanik's in the
pretty
chat.
keen for this, so I think Bates should start with this and then move on to Oz after you, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, sick.
All right, sweet. All right, so I'll start with me. Look, I gave it 3-2 to Vanik. I did give schemes and concepts to Marty, and I gave metaphors, jokes, and punchlines to Marty as well. But Vanik, in my opinion, was just way too strong on the night.
Very strong.
It was very close. It wasn't a body or anything like that. It was extremely close. I believe in the room on the night, the judges only gave it to Vanik purely on the slip up from Marty. But in saying that, on the rewatch, I think if you don't hear "run it back" or "come on, bro, you got this," it actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah, agreed.
So
completely.
he recovered really quickly. So
Wasn't too bad, yeah.
but yeah, what's it called for me? I'm a big fan of this clash because they were so much alike in the way they construct their bars and how they just do their own thing. They've got their own styles, but their own style are very similar to each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It was a very similar battle, yeah.
Correct.
Do you want to do Oz's next then, Bates? Or do we?
Get him out of the way, yeah.
So he gave rhymes and multis and concepts and crowd, actually. And crowd to Vanik. He gave jokes and presents to Marty. He said Vanik did his thing. He felt like he just outbarred Marty with sheer volume of content. But he did prefer the jokes and the delivery from Marty.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So he just wanted to say that it was an extremely close battle for him. But it was a 3-2 to Vanik.
Yep. Sweet. We'll go on to you, Blue, and then we'll do me and Harlem.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, well, I'm the only one to have given it to Marty. 4-1. Gave Vanik runs and multis. I gave Marty...
Vanik's in the chat.
Exactly. Sorry, Marty.
Talk your
Vanik.
shit.
He already is.
Yeah, I gave Marty schemes and concepts because Vanik went first and he did a lot of the mirror bars where it's like, you're just like me, blah, blah, blah. And then Marty came after with the same type of bars, and usually it's like, it's tough to do better than the first person, but I felt like he had much better bars for that whole like mirror schemes and stuff. So I gave him that. I found myself laughing at Marty's jokes a lot more than I was laughing at Vanik's, so that one was just an easy tick for me. I probably should have gave Vanik the stage presence delivery, but I was half. With that choke or slip for Marty on the night and in video, if Koz doesn't just start saying stuff, it's not that bad. But Koz immediately, he stops for a second and Koz goes, "You got this, bro. You got this." It was this line. It's like...
Yeah, that's a pet hate for me.
Bro, yeah,
you got to let it air.
Exactly. You see Marty go
let
like...
him have a thought about it.
Yeah,
if they're going for like over 4 seconds or something, then maybe give them some encouragement. But yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like maybe 2-3 seconds of like after Koz says his thing, he gets it and he goes to rap and then Koz goes, "Yeah, boy," and fucks him up again. So I put that very much on Koz than on Marty. So that's why I kept Marty with the delivery. Yeah. And then for the crowd reaction and interaction, I felt like, especially in the last round for Marty, I felt like the crowd like started on Vanik's team, but very much started to go to Marty's team and start cheering for him a lot more. So that's why I gave it to him. 4-1.
No, 100%. I agree with exactly what you just said in the last thing. I thought Vanik had the crowd originally.
Yeah.
And by the end, Marty ended up winning the crowd, even with the choke. I do agree he was put off slightly by that. Like, I'm not saying that you should be. Like, that's experience, and you needed to be able to work through that. But it is a factor. But I think he did win the crowd by the end.
Yeah.
Vanik has brilliant delivery. Like, that dude knows how to perform. I can't say anything about his delivery and the way he presents what he has.
Yeah.
He has great multis. He just lacks in landing a punch. Like Cos said, I don't, maybe disagree with the way it was done, but I don't disagree with Cos. I hope when I battled him, I would have taught him that probably the thing that was holding him back was landing on that punch. You know, and I really don't feel like he landed too hard on the punches on this battle, and that maybe what held him back a bit, but he still held on. Yeah, you know, I still had struggles with Marty Martz's accent. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I struggled a bit through it where I couldn't understand some of them. You know what I mean? Like, but he had better punches. So it was a really hard and close battle for me. One thing I want to bring out about it is 30 Gs has the darkest room in Australia. Yet both of them were wearing sunnies.
I was gonna bring up the room.
Like, bro,
there's something ominous about the darkness.
Yeah.
I think maybe if we could get a backlight at the next one, or
Bro,
something.
we
Just don't wear
actually
sunnies and you can see fine.
we actually said, me and Shakey were talking about this last night. We're like, bro, our footage is so dark. So we're working on it. I'll just leave it there.
Blood them, go to Bunnings, get a couple of those big orange dogs, and just be like, sorry guys, douche.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to both battlers, I found that as one of the funniest points of the battle, that both of them, they're sitting in their darkest sunnies in the darkest room, battling their bars, like they can't even see each other. It's like, come on, boy. Like, until Vanik gets right up in your face, can you even see him?
Yeah.
But you know, all respect to him, and I had to give it to Vanik slightly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of those points could have went either way. It was that close to the battle.
Definitely.
I think you guys are saying it's quite close. For me, I edged it to Vanik quite easily on a lot of the points. Not to say that Marty didn't give a good, hard performance. I think there's a couple of things for him that I think just edging him away from that next level. That I think Vanik and a lot of people are in that on that card are on. Cool. And I'm not trying to diminish Marty Martz's performance at all. Again, I think he has some really good qualities. I think his delivery was better than Vanik's. That's why I gave him that 1 point out of the 5. I think Marty had a little bit more concise, contained stage presence. For some reason, Vanik can't help but to sweat and move around, and he can't keep his hat on, and he looks stressed the whole time.
Yeah.
And like, so I don't know if it's because I've been in that building. It's not the coolest room, and when the room's full of people, you know, and when you're up on that stage and you are nervous. So I'm just like, I don't know, some contained energy. I think Marty held himself really well for that one, especially being interstate and working over that crowd a bit. But Vanik edged him. He had some really good punchlines. This is my favorite Vanik performance I've seen so far, in my opinion.
Okay. So just talking on that point, me and S.A. Cos feel like there was no real punchlines.
For Vanik?
Yeah, I feel like he just
I wish I wrote some down,
almost landed. Yeah,
this is pretty much a note that I had for Marty. Actually, I thought Marty had some lines that came off as rather generic and were maybe just could have been edged a little bit more, could have been worked a little bit more, and they could have been turned into a really good, new, unique bar. But I think Marty sometimes might write something and go, that's good, and write the next one. Where sometimes you might need to just go, that could be better, and keep writing it. Or I don't know. That's just where I'm seeing it.
I think Vanik's quite capable of landing these punches. I just think it's just experience thing. I think he actually just has to understand what a real punch is. You know what I mean? Like, I think because the way he delivers, he lands so hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I just don't think that punch he's landing that hard on is as hard as his delivery makes it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I really do wish I wrote some of my favorite bars down from Vanik, because I personally think he had some really good punchlines in this one. I really clearly gave him that point over Marty. I don't think Marty had a lot of really clever wordplay compared to Vanik. Again, I don't have
against me personally, and like actual bars. I think he landed better against me, even though he had the moment. But yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
can
just
see
me.
where you're coming from. Yeah. I'm just seeing if I got any other notes. I think Vanik's rounds did drag on a little bit too much, and if they were a little bit tighter and concise, then those stronger bars would have stood out a lot better. I've learnt this over my battles as well. It's something I'm still trying to perfect
Or maybe
somewhere.
that's what I'm getting at. They just didn't land. You know what I mean? They were maybe dragged. Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
exactly what I'm saying.
dragged a little bit of filler was in there, I feel. Yeah, Marty is just on the cusp of that next level. I think his rhyme schemes and comedy is really good. I really enjoy that side of him. If he leans into the comedy or those rhyme schemes a little bit stronger,
I think he'd be
he
good with
could
that.
be
Yeah.
a very strong contender.
Agreed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's just got to make sure that his concepts really land and make sense. Like there was a couple of bits that didn't exactly make sense, or it may not have came out the way he wanted to say it, and you can even see Vanik go, "What? That doesn't make sense." And then so those moments diminish the whole bar or the whole scheme. But
that's fair.
dope battle all in all.
Yeah,
I thought that was really, really cool. Bades, get some lights.
So I just do want to look. Being a bigger boy myself, I do just want to have Vanik's back here for a second. His last two battles, both days were over 40 degrees.
Yeah.
So
I forget that was in the heat wave too.
yeah. Like it's
The Brisbane event against me was ridiculous. I don't know if yours was as bad, but ours was.
No, ours was really bad, man. Like we had the aircon going on, man, and it felt like it wasn't doing nothing. So
damn.
Just to go back from what you were saying about moving around and stuff like that. I think that as Vanik has done more battles and being like the more he's practiced his craft, the better he's gotten at it. So obviously stuff like this, where people are giving him a bit of advice and stuff like that. Vanik's one of my favorite battlers. In the sense that
at first, sorry, I was like, are you talking about asthmatic? But no,
sorry, Vanik. My apologies.
I was like,
yeah. Look, I could have. I don't remember. Ask me in 8 years' time.
That's a callback to last week's episode.
100%. Yeah. So I Vanik is one of my favorite battlers in the sense that nothing is there's no ego. There's no it's like, hey bro, are you prepared? Yeah, I'm prepared. Okay, what do you got? Oh, this is what I got. Okay, sweet. Every dealing I've ever had with him, bro, it's always been super respectful and super easy.
He's a good bloke, and I only hope to progress his game by my constructive criticism.
100%, 100%, and that's why we're doing this as well. Like this is like we're judging battles, not on the like to put people down. We're judging it so we can actually lift people up,
progress.
Yeah. Just before, because we are going to have to log out and log back in real soon. I'll just go to the chat.
Yes. Yep.
Vanik said Marty Martz absolutely killed it. Blue said who do you think won? And Vanik wrote Marty definitely brought it. Was by far one of his favorite battles that he's done.
Yeah. Vanik.
He also said that only real G's can pull off Sonny's inside.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet. I've been handed Sonny's
you'd be the
mid
coolest
gig.
cat, bro. Like you would be one of the only people I reckon that could pull it off.
I feel like if I rock up to this scrub battle
wearing
Sonny's,
at least a round. I think they took it off in the second round, but yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Bro,
yeah.
if I rock up to the scrub battle wearing sunnies, his first bar will be like, "Take off those fucking sunnies. You look fucking stupid."
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be like, "Bates told me to wear them."
100%, bro.
He said, "Oh, look
Yeah.
cool."
And what?
Oh, that'll be funny. That'll be funny, regardless.
Yeah.
He also
I already
said,
know what shirt I'm wearing. Cop your scrub. I don't want no scrub t-shirts on my bio right now.
Yes,
Definitely.
100%.
Vanik also said a lot of his battles he's actually trying to battle through and channel his heightened state of anxiety. That's why he moves around a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. I can.
He also
You
said
can feel a bit of anxiety in there. Like, that's fair.
he
But it's
said
a great
that
performance.
he appreciates our kind words, and he said straight up, boys, any advice I can get is more than welcome.
Yeah.
And
Now
that
that is a man with the right mindset right there.
Exactly.
100%, bro. Yeah, no
And I'm
one's
just
ready
gonna
to-
boost-
Yeah, we
I'm
just
just
want
gonna
to see
boost
you
myself
improve,
up,
bro.
yeah.
You're a G. You're
You're
a
gonna
G.
boost.
Yeah, I'm gonna
What do you
boost
mean?
myself up here. He's like, I appreciate you, babes.
Yeah, fuck
It's
We
all love,
do, bro.
Vanik. It's all
We
love.
do.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Mad.
Do you want to go to a break?
Yeah, and then we'll
Yep.
come back and do all the clips of our favorite bars from these battles.
All right, everyone,
Welcome
we're back.
back.
Yeah, you just seen some fucking hardcore cards just there.
Yep.
Fucking, we got 2 days of breaking bread. We got 30 G.